first, what would you do if you lost your husband? Now, stay with me on this. So it was earlier this week, this was an American woman. She took to Facebook to ask if anyone had seen her husband, who had disappeared from the family home over a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So it took the good old internet less than a day to find him. He had been living in the neighbouring state, just a few hours away. Then the woman says she bears him no ill will, but she just wanted to get in touch to send him the divorce papers.
It's amazing that in 24 hours he was found.
Yep.
That's amazing. That's a real... Yeah, that's like the sisterhood put it together.
Did you not have a similar story to that? Not you, but somebody you knew.
I did lose Wayne. No, so I did a dating podcast and these two girls came on and they were now best friends, and the way that they met was because there's this like whole Facebook page where you can put on if you're concerned as to whether your partner is dating someone else at the same time and see if like anyone has had any like dealings with them, and they had both put this same guy on, and it turned out they were both dating him at the same time, and then they became friends through it. And because we were talking about it, a friend of mine then was like, oh, this guy I dated a few years ago, I always thought he was up to no good. Can you search for him? So we searched for him and he was on there at the time that she was dating him. So it does kind of work in a really horrible way. I mean, I think that thing's worded really weirdly when you say, like, lost her husband. She didn't lose him, did she? It makes it sound like she lost him in a shop.
But she didn't know where he was.
She couldn't find him.
I don't know where my husband is. I'm still trying to find him. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it worked. She found him within 24 hours. My friend found out stuff about her partner. I just wonder sometimes, like, how far it goes.
Well, I mean, it is the power of the internet, isn't it? It happens so quickly. But there's so many different ways. Have you heard of this phenomenon? I think it's social snitches that you call it. So, well, there was one particular one, and this went viral, which is, of course, what everyone wants to do these days. A woman who had been sitting on a plane next to this guy who'd introduced himself. And anyway, she decided that, well, she knew he was married and he was logging onto a dating app. And she clearly felt he was out of line. So she puts out a post naming him, giving a description of him, and basically sort of putting it out there to his wife, effectively, to say, do you know what your husband is up to? And this has become a bit of a thing, social snitches. The sisterhood, as you call it, Nadia. Is that sisterhood or is that just mischief-making?
I think it could be done for so many different reasons, because it could be drama queens that want to be in the centre of drama. It could be somebody... You know how, like, probably all had girlfriends like that just haven't got over a breakup that they've had, so they get a bit too involved in other and suspect every single person that the rest of the friendship group see. So I think there could be that, could be out some pain, could be people that just want to get internet famous. But I think in all circumstances like that, I think it's dangerous because you never know what agreement a couple might have. You know, you might have somebody that's actually has... You know, they've decided between them that actually it's OK when he's way on business to have a bit of...
bring her back. Bring her back.
Yeah. And they don't want their marriage to break up and they're invested in their relationship still. Maybe their sex life has gone off.
And now they've had to admit that to
and then it has to... And then it can shatter lives, that kind of reveal. I think people have a right to be in denial as well. Some people even know that there's something going on but choose to not know because they don't want to break up. I just think it can get messy, don't you?
Very messy. It makes me think, what is going on in your life or what is not going in your life? What are you lacking that you need to be in a people business so much? Like, leave big people business alone. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I think to myself, like you said, it could cause so much damage. The name, the flight, there's so much things that could happen in that moment. And I think it's just getting all out of hand, putting out all your business out there. There's some things that should be left at home. There's some things that you don't need to be involved in. It's not your close brethren, and even if it was, you'd have to take time how you're going to have this conversation with them. This is people's lives we're dealing with. This is not just internet, it's people's lives.
I was just thinking, what was the old-fashioned old-fashioned way of the sisterhood, where we didn't have this, and if you suspected somebody was a bit of a rotter, what would we do?
Say nothing. I think they used to put up and...
Yeah.
Can we say shut up? Oh, I've said it.
Yeah.
Sorry. They used to put up and keep quiet. Like, that's what...
I mean, the thing is, it's good old-fashioned gossip, isn't it? And we've been doing it since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
But
But
now
go
we
and talk to your
have...
mates about it.
Yeah, no, I agree. But now we have this technological means to put sort of backyard gossip
We love a
out
gossip.
to the whole world.
Yeah.
We love it.
And it can have huge
audience. When we started to talk about it, they would go,
Yeah.
ooh, ooh.
As we did, too.
Yeah. I mean, I was once in the position of witnessing something that a friend's partner had done that was, you know, probably, I thought, oh, gosh, if only they knew. And I did have a big dilemma. Do I say anything, you know? And I didn't. And I'm really glad I didn't, because, you know what, it's their relationship, it was their partnership, and, you know...
And they're still together, aren't they?
Yeah.
Happy.
Look, you
Absolutely.
can find out in so many ways. When I was growing up, it was always at the funerals that we'd find out that uncle was doing something. Because the new child would turn up at the funeral. Who are you, a cousin? No, I'm his child. Like, that was always the drama. I couldn't wait to turn up and find out what was going to go on. Now, all the eyes at the front, we see him, you know, him look like him.